Schools scared to death. The truth is, one education on your desks. Stoop low from bullets that plunge when we ask where our children shall live, and how, and if. Firearms can be found in 44% of U.S. households, according to a 2020 Gallup survey. How did we get here? Marketing, politics, racism, and fear have all contributed to America's exceptional proliferation of guns. Now it's time for a brief history of the United States of America. Hi, boys and girls. Ready to get started? Once upon a time, there were these people in Europe called pilgrims, and they were afraid of being persecuted. So they all got on a boat and sailed to the New World, where they wouldn't have to be scared ever again. But once they got there, they were greeted by savages, and they got scared all over again. So they killed them all. Ha, ha, ha. In 1775, they started killing the British so they could be free. And it worked, but they still didn't feel safe. So they passed the Second Amendment, which said that all white men could keep their gun. Alyssa, 14, was a student at Stoneman Douglas and a soccer player for Procter & Gamble Soccer. L'Oreal Duff, Alyssa's mother, told HLN she dropped her daughter off Wednesday and said, "I love you." When the mother heard about the shooting, she hustled over to school, but was too late. I knew at that point she was gone. I felt it in my heart. Alyssa was a beautiful, smart, talented, awesome, amazing soccer player. We love you so much. You'll always, always be in our hearts. Carolyn Avery, a senior from Lewis and Clark High School, once said that the years of inaction from legislators shapes how children view their schools and how administrators formulate safety policies on school shootings. School shootings are making children feel unsafe in a place where they should be learning and expanding their knowledge. We have already normalized school shootings, and this needs to end now. Future generations cannot take this lightly, especially when so many lives are taken and many are left traumatized. And so using the poems The First Child Martyr at Onlos Elementary by Liz Rosenberg, Untitled by Amanda Gorman, and Only Children by Felicity Paris, the documentary Bowling for Columbine by Michael Moore, articles from CNN, NIA, Fierce Healthcare, and JHSPH, and a testimony from the Cirola family, I bring you a scope into our standards, a program to remind us that mass shootings have changed our generation's standards for safety. Across the country, nurses, workers, and parents all feel the pain and despair of knowing that too little has changed since the last tragic mass shooting. New York State Nurses Association President Nancy Hagen said in a Wednesday statement, "We need our political leaders to do something than offer empty rhetoric. We need real change. Gun violence is a public health emergency, and we need to use every tool possible to remedy it." We march to school each morning with only one intent: to strengthen our minds with knowledge and understand what our parents meant when we were children. We marched side by side, slowly, trusting that we would be fine. That some hero would protect us. No one told us that we were walking blind. We were only children. I loves my gun. Loves my gun. After 200 years of slavery, the black people outnumbered the white people in many parts of the South. And when white people heard this, they were going, "Please, don't kill me." Face, an assistant football coach, was killed when he threw himself in front of students to protect them from oncoming bullets. Here's what Latio had to say. He died the same way he lived. He put himself second. He was a very kind soul and a very nice man. He died a hero. Children are so very graceful. None were killed at Ono's Elementary when the poor bedeviled woman emptied her gun. Except for one boy who stumbled, pushing his friend from the line of fire. We sat in closets, quiet, with no one daring to move, our hands and prayers raised up high. Oh, how our parents would disapprove. We were only children. His body should not have been at that place at that time. He could not have been more than 8 or 9. So what did he think about his life to be so willing to desert it, leaping away as if to climb the ropes in the gym? He was only a child falling like a player on the hard wood floor. We pray for the victims and their families. And we once again demand that state and federal policymakers take action to keep firearms out of the hands of people who should not have them. In a 1999 poll, most gun owners said they kept guns for hunting and target shooting. Only 26% cited protection as paramount. By 2015, however, 63% cited self-defense as primary motivation for gun ownership, according to the 2015 National Firearms Survey. The gun lobby thrives fear and drives fear. Well, just in the nick of time came Samuel Colt, who in 1836 invented the first weapon ever that could be fired over and over again without having to reload. But it was too late. The North soon won the Civil War and the slaves were freed. And everybody was like, oh no, we're gonna die. We did nothing to them. But you see us on the news, our faces will be remembered. And now, it's time to accuse. We were only children. They blame it on the people with no thought being played to the weapons bringing violence to his tragic escapade. They forget the children. Danny Vogel, a neighbor, posted condolences on Facebook. It is with a heavy heart and much regret that we write these words. Our next-door neighbor's daughter was one of the lives taken too soon by a senseless act of violence at Stoneman Douglas High School. Rest in peace, Kara. May you fly with the angels. You will be greatly missed, and we will always love you and celebrate your beautiful life. The blame is always placed, but no reforms are ever made. We march to school so blindly. And we were still betrayed. White people had a major 53 meltdown, and they were all like, run away, run away. And they did. They all ran fleeing to the suburbs where it was all white and safe and clean. And they went out and bought 250,000,000 guns, put locks on the doors, alarms on the houses, and gates around their neighborhoods. And finally, they were all safe, secure, and snug as a bug. And everyone lived happily ever after. Kelsey and other friends said Peter was shot while holding a door open to their fellow classmates get to safety. Thousands of people have asked him to be buried with military honors. His selfless and heroic actions have led to the survival of dozens in the area, the petition says. When I went to the backpacks, he shot my friend that was next to me. And I thought he was going to come back. So I grabbed a little bit of blood and put it all over me. I wish something would change. Not only for our kid, but for every single kid in the world. Because our schools are not safe anymore. Something needs to really change.